What's up everyone, Erika here, and I'm back today with another video for you. So today I have a video that I am very excited about, a video that I hope you guys are very excited about as well. Today's video is all about my favorite topic of conversation for what seems to be about the last 2 months. We are talking about Funko Pops. Ever heard of them? So by now, I feel like you guys have heard me complain about my minuscule collection of Funko Pops. Well, that honestly escalated real quick. I can now say that I have quite the collection of Funko Pops. I don't know, you guys, it just like was sprung on me. It just happened so quickly. My friends Rawan, Sariea, and I came up with this Funko Tag, which we were all a little shocked that there isn't one out there just yet. And at least if there is one, we haven't seen it yet. So we went ahead and made this tag, and I am using the word we very loosely. I want to say Rawan came up with pretty much every single question. I think maybe I threw in one, if that. I am very excited to do this tag because it now means that I have a collection that is substantial enough for me to do a Funko tag. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the first question is, what is your favorite Funko? This is a hard question. It's like picking my favorite child. My favorite child is Juliana. After giving it some thought, I'm going to have to go with Dopey. And it's not just regular Dopey, it's Dopey with his little hat off, and he has a red little kiss on his forehead from Snow White. His little doe eyes and his little eyelashes, there's just something so precious about his look in his eyes. You can just tell that he's so happy. I want to say he was one of the first Funkos that I bought wanting one specific one. I was gunning for him, I was on the hunt, and when I finally got him, he was just as cute as I envisioned, if not cuter, and he still holds the #1 spot for me. Number 2, which one of your Funkos keeps falling over no matter how many times you fix it? This is such a good question because if you are a Funko collector, you know that these exist. And I gotta give this one to my girl, Princess Jasmine. She, for some reason, just does not want to stay put. I don't know if it's the way that her shoes are or her dress, but something about the way that she's made, she just does not like to stay still. She's always toppling over. I don't know, it's like she's trying to escape the castle or something. Number 3, which Funko looks the most like the character from the movie? So for this one, I'm gonna go with young Carl and Ellie from Up. I did get on, I think it was Box Lunch when these guys went on sale. I was ready to go. I could not pass these two up, and they are just the most precious. To me, they look the most like they do in the movie because they obviously are very animated and very cutesy, cartoon-ish. And the Funkos kind of just remind me of the animation from Up a little bit. So I will say that those two definitely look the most like they do in the movie. Also, honorable mention, the evil witch, the evil hag, whatever you want to call her, from Snow White. So the evil queen, but when she turns into a witch, she looks just like she does in the movies. Which Funko was your first one ever? So this is kind of a trick question because they were gifted to me and I got all 3 of them at the same time. So I got Princess Jasmine, Mary Poppins, and Snow White. So they were all together, so I would say those 3 were my first Funkos. Number 5, which was your most recent Funko purchase? So this was actually a movie moment. That was my most recent purchase, and I purchased the Sanderson sisters hovered over their cauldron making the potion to suck the lives out of children of Salem, which I do not regret that purchase at all because it is awesome and I cannot wait to make a Sanderson sister display for Halloween. Okay, so number 6 is fairly easy for me. Do you prefer movie moment Funkos or singular Funkos? Easy for me, I'm gonna go with movie moment Funkos. I think it's so cool that the creators at Funko get to pick their favorite movie moment, or maybe what they think is the most popular movie moment, and then they make a Funko out of it. Like, just what a genius idea. The more and more that they keep coming out with, I just want all of them. So great job, FunkoPop brand. You keep getting me to buy more and more and more because I have the Sanderson sisters individually, but when I saw that movie moment, I absolutely needed it. So good job. You got somebody that will never stop buying them. So Number 7, what's your funniest Funko? So for that, I'm gonna have to go with one of my newer additions to my collection that Rita actually gifted to me, and that is Mrs. Nesbit. It's so funny. It's Buzz Lightyear dressed as Mrs. Nesbit. It's so funny to me. His little arm is detached holding the teapot just like he is in the movie. It's just such a sad scene. Like, you just feel so bad for Buzz, but everything about that Funko is just hilarious to me. The dazed, kind of loony look in his eye and the whole detached arm. His whole getup, it's just such a funny Funko. I love the concept of it, so he's definitely the funniest. Okay, which movie do you collect the most Funkos from? Easy, Snow White. I have all of the 7 dwarves. I have an additional Dopey with the kiss. I have Snow White herself. I have the evil queen, and I have the evil hag. So I would say that and Beauty and the Beast might be a toss-up, because I also have the full collection of Beauty and the Beast as well. For Beauty and the Beast, I have Beast in the snowball scene where he's holding a little bird. I have Belle in her town getup, the blue and white outfit. I have Gaston. I have Mrs. Potts and Chip, Lumiere, and Cogsworth. So a pretty full collection in my eyes, but I don't have Ballroom Belle, Ballroom Beast. You get it. How many Funkos do you own? Whoops, I did not do my homework. I did not count them, so I will do that, and then I will have to insert the number right here. Hopefully it's something significant that makes me look like a really great Funko Pop collector, so that's how many Funkos I own. Sorry, babe. Number 10, do you buy only Disney Funkos? If not, what other Funkos do you collect that are non-Disney? So I'm so glad that this is a question, because I wanted to mention so many non-Disney Funkos in this tag, but I am keeping it Disney. So I will list off the non-Disney Funkos that I collect and want to collect here. So Harry Potter, I would say, is definitely next. I think by now most of you know that I am a big Harry Potter fan, so I do have a small Harry Potter collection, definitely wanting to add to that. As well as The Office. The Office is my husband and my favorite TV show. The Funko Pops for the show just start coming out, and the more and more we see, the more and more we want. So I'm thinking we will probably have an extensive Office collection as well. Stranger Things is a new collection I just started. My husband gifted me 11 from the most recent season of Stranger Things, so I'm hoping to add more to that. Another one would be Jurassic Park. So if you saw the Funko Pop swap that Rita and I did, she gifted me the awesome Funko with Dennis Nedry and the Dilophosaurus. They came in like a 2-pack, and I am so excited to add a Jurassic Park collection to my Funko collection. And lastly, Game of Thrones. So my husband and I are huge Game of Thrones fans. I would say The Office and Game of Thrones are like our favorite shows, like our funny favorite show and our more serious favorite show, I guess. I do not have any Game of Thrones Funkos, but there are a ton on my wish list. My number one top being where Ser Jorah and Dany are fighting in the last season right before. I'm not even gonna get into it. Anyway, that is at the top of my want list right now for any and every Funkos, not just Disney. I want that Funko so bad, but it's on pre-order, I think, until November, so I got a long ways to wait either way. Number 11 is, do you have any custom Funkos? No, I do not. Number 12, is there a Disney movie that doesn't have any Funkos made yet that you would like to collect? So I had to do some digging on this. I definitely would love some Funkos from Meet the Robinsons. I adore that movie, and I do feel like it's very underrated. So with that being said, there aren't any Funkos for it. So I would love some Funkos for that, as well as Oliver and Company. That was one of my favorite movies growing up, and I know that there aren't any Funkos for that. Honestly, they have Funkos for pretty much every single movie, so I had to do some digging on that one. Number 13, what's your cutest Disney Funko? So I feel like this is gonna be a toss-up between Dopey, because I kind of already said him, you know, he's so cute, I can't resist him. And also my new Steamboat Willie Funko. There's just something so cute about his teeny little steering wheel and his little hat. I just love him. You know I love Mickey. What is your heaviest Funko? So this one's pretty easy. It's the Beast, the one that I mentioned earlier. It's Beast in his little cape, and they're outside when they're when they have the snowball fight. It's him holding his little birds, and they're kind of flocked on him. It's a pretty heavy duty Funko. I don't give that one to Juliana to hold because I feel like she could really hurt herself with it. Number 15, which Funko do you want the most? Okay, so I kind of already said it. I really, really want that movie moment of Ser Jorah and Dany fighting the White Walkers from Game of Thrones, but that's non-Disney. So my most wanted Funko right now, I honestly just saw it this morning when I was searching for Funkos for movies that aren't out yet. I was thinking they didn't have any for this movie and I googled it and I saw it, so now I really want it. It is the Rescuers Funko Pop. They're in the Albatross Air and you have Bernard and Bianca kind of sitting on top like ready for takeoff. That Funko is $76, you guys. How? Like, I am never spending that much on a Funko, but it's so beautiful and I just like to know that it's out there in the world living its life. Next, I'm gonna say probably Sorcerer Mickey. I think it's a movie moment. It's Sorcerer Mickey and he's on top of the stone. I think it's when he's like, the waves are crashing up, so I really want that one. Okay, what's your favorite movie moment Funko? That is very easy for me. That is one that I think it was my very first movie moment. It's the scene from A Whole New World and it is Aladdin with Jasmine and her hand is kind of just making ripples in the water. You can see his bang floating in the wind. It's just such a special moment and it's a moment from my favorite song of my favorite movie. So of course, it's my favorite movie moment. Number 17, do you keep your Funkos in their boxes? I do not. I want them to be out. I want them to live their lives. Have you ever seen Toy Story 2? Jessie does not want to go back in the box. Neither do these guys. Number 18, which Disney Funkos did you envision looking different than when they came out? One that I will say I wish they had made a little bit different is the classic Mary Poppins that I own. I kind of wish she would have been in her little pose with the umbrella above her head holding her purse. I feel like she's a little bit more professional in this Funko that I own of her, but she's just very composed. She's very poised and just very serious. I would like her to be a little more dainty and magical, if you will. Alright, so that's gonna do it for this tag. I answered all questions number 1 through 18. I had so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a little bit of my collection. Yeah, so maybe now that we're at the end of the video, I will include a little segment showing you my collections, some of my displays that I have out around my home of my Disney and non-Disney collections. So since this is a tag, I am going to go ahead and tag my friend Rita over at Enchanted Rita. Girl, I know you got yourself some Funkos, so I would love to see your responses to these questions. So I would love to see you do this Funko tag. Alright you guys, so that is going to do it for this Funko tag. I hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure you check out Rawan and Sariea's tags. You will not want to miss their collection. I know that they both have an awesome Funko collection, so do not miss out on those videos. As always, I want to thank you guys for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you back for the next one. Bye! Alright! And yes, I play with my Funkos, as you very well saw at the end of my Funko swap.